All righty. It's 13 of us. Welcome to the weekly meeting, September 30th. End of the month, end of the quarter, all that good stuff. Mm. I think now is a good time to reflect because what better time to do it? And this will illustrate a point. Okay. So every week we come together and we talk about expectations and what we think is going to happen. We make all these markings on our charts, we set our alerts, and then we wait. Well, hopefully you wait. Hopefully you don't take any action. Hopefully you just wait until your alerts go off. But there's always somebody's going to get enticed to be a market participant at the wrong time, and you're going to get skull drugged because of it, right? Hopefully you set you a good stop loss, or you did whatever you was going to do before you got killed. My point here is I remember talking about these trades at the end of this 6-month candle, and we knew that these trades needed to pull back to the golden zone. Or at least those of us who believed we knew that, right? Now, what we can't control is when the new month started, like in July or in August, probably. We can't control the run up. This is July, so it was in July. We can't control that July prices ran up further than that June candle, because at the end of June we were right around this area. We can't, it's impossible to anticipate this push up that we got. But price did what it did. It pushed up instead of turning around right here in June. It pushed up, right? Went above these highs, then came right back down. Now it's pushing down. Here's the golden area that we expected to get on that 6-month chart. And now price is steamrolling down. Last week we expected the buy up before it sold down, and it never did. So, or at least I expected it to buy up. I'm always looking for a healthy price action. My point in all of this is, if the market never gives you what you're looking for, right? If you got in on this buy and then turn around and it closed right here, now you're a seller because you understand the overall direction is down. I mean, hopefully you understand. Hopefully you're not just trading with your eyes closed. Hopefully you understand that this is the target. This has been the target since June. Let me say that again. This has been the target since June, based off the finish of this candle. We know we got to get a push down. That's good price action. Unless there's something fundamentally wrong, it's going to push that price up. This is going to be the target. So when we're trading this, when we're trading the weekly or any other chart, we have to trade in mind that we think price is going to push down, right, to this level. This is the 50. This is the 62 or whatever, 61.8, and this is the 78.6. So if all things remain the same, if I look at this chart and I'm trading down to the golden zone, I know that there's a swing low here. There's liquidity. Then I know there's liquidity here. Then I see an order block. I see liquidity here. I see another order block. All of these points will be reactions. So when you start taking your trade setups, you can't take your trade setups with your eyes shut. We have to take our trade setups with a sober mind, right? It's the end of the month. I expect to buy up. I don't know if we're going to push further down to close this imbalance first. Then we buy up. The point I'm trying to make is I'm not just clicking buy when the market opens tomorrow. I know I want the market to push up, but I'm not acting until I get a close on the top side of the moving average. The same way we got a close on the top side of the moving average here. Market went up, never broke the high, pushed down, closed below the moving average. For me, I'm done. I like, hey, I'm selling. You know what I'm saying? So you have to, however you're trading, like we all don't trade the exact same, but whatever your keys are, they need to be like battle.
Confluences.
Yeah, your confluences. They need to be battle tested, and you need to respect the hell out of them because you are the trade manager. I can't manage your trade. You have to manage your position, and you have to understand what you need to see in order to take the trade. The first clue here is this exhaustion, and then you look over, it's in an imbalance that broke a low. This is where price, according to the ICT model, this imbalance right here is where you take the sell from, and you put your stop loss above this high. So when it wicked out the first time and came back and closed, that's clue number one to, hey, man, stuff might not be working out. Then it comes back and it exhausts again in that same spot. This is when you get the hell about the trade, or you just switch your bias, because you should be expecting double top. Here comes the roller coaster, and we fall off a cliff. This was a great trade. This drop right here was huge, and that's all you would really need to blow up. But going into the new month, I'm not going to do anybody's analysis, but you see, you got the bearish order block. I know it's on the wrong side of the moving average, but the higher time frame is what I'm going by. So I'm going to expect that we push further down after we get a pullback. Pullback, tap into the order block, sell off. That's what I'm looking for. GA is the same thing.
And think about the odds. Think about the odds that it goes all the way down, comes all the way back up to collect the orders, and then finishes bearish. That don't make no sense. It has to go up first. See, you have to, because we battle test already, so we know this, right? So you just have to get it under your belt.
Exactly. And here's the key, man. Let's say you you do your analysis. Hey, man, this is like, I have my tools set on my chart. I have my areas marked up, which are key for me. Let's just say this pushes down and hits this zone. That's cool. I don't have to press any buttons on this because it went against my analysis. Or for me, when it comes back and touches the moving averages and sell again, I'm cool with selling. Like, you could have sold every time it touched. Just think about that. You could have sold every time it touched the moving average, and you'd be a rich person. You'd be rich as hell. Pipette could run her account up 10 grand with this drop right here. She could have ran that $8 to 10 grand. If this works out,
And did a video on it.
Yeah.
And did a video on it saying, every time it hit the EMA, I hit sell.
Exactly.
It would go viral. She would go viral.
So all I'm saying, guys, is these are real opportunities for us, and because we understand, or we're biased for a certain way that the market moves. Once this market turns and pushes up, there should never be a rush because look at this tool right here. How many pips is that? 644 pips. Bro, we don't have to, you could, this thing can run up 200 pips before you even become a participant. You could be absolutely sure, right? Like this market could push up. Where is my, okay. You could wait for this to happen. And then you can get in right here. Look how far it pushed up. 250 pips. Just so you're sure. It breaks this high, it pulls back. Now I'm interested. However you decide is on you. You don't have to be the first one through the door, like in your catbird position. If that's not where you are as a trader, you don't have to be there. You don't have to try to be there. You could get the low hanging fruit by letting this push up 257, then pull back, then get in the trade because this is a buy to sell. This buy, you don't even have to take profit on. You could just buy it and hold it. And as it turns, it's going to wipe off probably. And as soon as it starts dropping, you can jump on it with 2 feet because you got all this equity. You got all this equity built up into this buy. And now you can take real lot sizes for the sale. And that sale, when that sale turns around to start selling, man, you can have like, standards on it and it could be running down.
Yeah.
These are just ideas, guys. And the best part about this is, because this is a 6-month candle, I expect all these trades to be home by Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Hey, this 6-month candle going to close in December.
Yeah.
So maybe it'll tap in and start pushing up, or maybe it'll just sell down and end here. By December, you could cash out something major. It could be a great Christmas, and it could be great for your understanding. If you feel like you're lost. I know people don't trade the higher time frames. I'm not asking y'all to trade the higher time frame. I'm just reflecting, right? Because this is a good time. We've had 3 months since this candle closed. We had 3 full months of trading. This trade setup did not fall in line. It did not respect what I thought was going to happen at the end of the month. I thought it was just maybe push up a little bit and then sell down. It pushed up a hell of a lot. We didn't have to participate, bro. I didn't lose no money on it going up. I didn't pay no attention, whatever. Now it came back. At some point, the alarm went off. Now we watching it, and it just keeps pushing down. Oh, yeah, it needs to push right here. Of course it came back. So it didn't follow to the T the analysis, but it is following the analysis. To me, this is the benefit of having this higher time frame understanding. And now when we take these trades down, if I drop down in time frame, I see a bearish monthly order block. I'm more confident than ever that once we get this push up, we're going to push down and break the moving average. I'm more confident than ever. If I drop down to this weekly chart, I'm more confident than ever that we're going to take out this liquidity, in the golden zone, or at least make double lows, right? Equal lows. I'm confident. And by that time, we might just come down here and bang into this, make equal lows and pull up because we would have broke this swing low. And if you fib from this low to this high, it's probably a 78% pullback. See, all of this stuff lines up, and it gives us, it just paints the picture. In my opinion, it supports the idea that we already trade with. The market pushes up, it's going to pull back to the 78. Here's the 78. There's the 78 pullback on the 6-month. There's the golden zone. So if it just pulled back to the 62, remember when we were talking, I always say I'm fine with entering here if I cover the 78. So just imagine if you entered the trade for the buy here. We already know it's going to pull down into this area because the 6-month is pushed. All this stuff to me is confluence. And this is time frame correlation and anything else you want to bring into it. Like everything about this trade is telling us that we're going to get the move we're waiting on. So let's look back at the ICT concept. Price pushed up. We had a change of character because we broke these lows. Now we can expect price to go up into our imbalance that broke the low. Oh, wait, there's the imbalance. We can get in, we can get active, we can get short in here. We can put our stop loss above here, and we can take this trade to go south. I know my stop loss is not above there, but you don't have to be like me. You can put your stop loss above here. I believe in the 78. So this is why I'm protecting the 78, but price could come up here, but you put your stop loss and you take the trade. The point is, this buy up is not to me, this is not about profit taking. The buy up is to build equity for these double deuce lot size I can put on coming down.
Now, Todd, what if they're hooking ladders?
Well, if it hook and ladder, this is the equity you're building.
Right.
So this is what I mean. You trade a little bit different. You would trap price at the hook and ladder, but what I do is I'm not.
Well, I'm saying, what if it stops out and we're trying to catch the 78, but it hook and ladders,
It goes back
right?
up to 78.
It just gives you another high,
Yeah,
and then it does what you wanted to do.
So then you re-enter. I
Right.
mean, listen, and you're gonna lose a trade every now and then. So
Yeah.
it should be no big deal. But in the way I trade this, you can't get stopped out because
Hey,
this buy is already open. We bought this thing. This is 600 pips to the plus. Look, this is 644 pips.
yeah.
So if it's way up here, it's over 600 pips. You can't
You're
get
in profit. Yeah.
yeah. So when it turns and it pushes down, you're waiting for a chalk. Maybe you're waiting for a daily chalk. Maybe you're waiting for a weekly chalk. Change of character. It's up to you as the individual trader to decide what kind of chalk you're going to do. I'm not waiting on a 15-minute chalk. Hell no. I want a chalk on a higher time frame, like a daily, a weekly. You're going to have to sacrifice some of these pips. So you can't be greedy. You're going to sacrifice some of these pips, before
And
you
I don't
close.
mean to keep interrupting,
No, that's fine.
but rolling through your time frames, like I've been doing that a lot more this year. You just happen to fall into something. It's like, I didn't know that was happening. Like the pullback that lets you know that it's not a buy anymore. If you Rolodex through your time frames, you'll see this stuff and it'll give you a heads up on the time frame that you don't think it's at. Like you just happen to Rolodex through and you're like, okay, I see it. I don't know why it is this year for me, that has been a thing. Like you need to check all your time frames if you
Exactly.
really want to do it right and be catbird and pinpoint and sniper. Like you got a Rolodex.
And at some point, because I don't necessarily have to do this yet. Maybe this new candle we're going to push down. Maybe we'll take this low. I don't know. But whenever this price gives me the low and it turn around and come back up, look at this fib from here back up. The fib from here back up tells you that price is probably going to come up to this area. This is the 62 from this high to this low, fib back. Another piece of confluence. And then this 78 is higher than it's up here. So it's all the more reason that you protect the high, like ICT was pointing out, right? It doesn't matter if it goes up there or not. To me, the importance of catching this buy is to protect whatever your start position is, whatever your sell position is here. And I always try to explain to people that if it's me, my first entry is right here. This is me. I'm going to break my sell position into 4 different positions, 4 different entries. This is going to be the first one. And if it pushes higher, who gives a crap? I'm already in the buy. My buy is still open. So I'm going to enter here. And if it pushes higher, then I'll enter at the 62. That's my second one. If it pushes higher, that's cool. I got 2 more entries. Give me the catbird. Keep pushing. This is the 78. I will enter a third. And then if it pushes to this entry, I'll enter my 4th position. Then we can come down. You take whatever you're risking and break it up into 4 different positions.
Sorry, say if you had like 100K account, how much are you risking on your first position?
It doesn't matter. If you're
I'm just saying, like, for example.
Well, okay. So you can only lose, we're using challenge accounts for, right, what, 500, let's say 500. Then you make it 250 or 350. You don't want to use the whole 500. Like, you gotta do things with intention, with reason. Whatever it is, your reason. Obviously, all of our reason is to not blow the account. So do whatever you have to do to not blow the account.
But here's what I would tell you, Leandro. If you're in profit going up, there's no way you can't lose your account if you don't close this trade. This trade is open, guys. This is not a profit-taking event. It's not. Hey. It's not a profit-taking event until it turns and pushes down and pulls back. On that pullback is when you take your profit. Let me say that one more time, guys. This is not a profit-taking event. You don't take it there.
Right.
You wait for this push down that breaks one of these swing lows. Then when it pulls back up, then you take your profit. And then the trade pushes down. I hope y'all understand it. Once you understand that, and you can beat up your greed demon because you're greedy. Oh, I want to take profit right here. Don't do that. Because the hook, what if it pushes down and goes higher? Now you blew your account on these sales. You can't blow your account if you don't close these buys. When it pushes down, you're going to be like, man, I lost half of my profit. No, you didn't. Then it's going to push back up, because you ain't going to lose half of your profit because you're going to have at least one entry, that's in the red. Now the entry is going to be in the blue. It's going to push back up. Maybe you put on the rest of your position once you get this lower high. Now you know it's going to sell. This is where you want to make your money.
Hey, I think Elfie might be having an aha moment.
No, this makes sense. Because I was thinking just that. If price does push higher, make a double top, and this wick up there, then
we all suffer.
And you've taken your profit already, but then you in your account, say if you've got a prop firm account, you've still got, your daily drawdown will still be there, and you would have that buffer in your account anyway. But I get what you mean about just holding the trade until you get the breaker structure.
We're impatient.
And that's the difference between people who blow their accounts and people who finish blowing accounts. I don't blow my account because of this. I'm buying this, and I understand when I enter next week, like tomorrow or Monday or whatever. When I enter this trade, I already understand that this is not the prize.
Mm.
This is just the ride to get to the prize, right? The prize is going to pay at Christmas. The prize ain't paying right now. Whatever I make on this buy move is peanuts compared to what I'm going to make on the sell move. Like, y'all got to understand, we've done the hard work. The hard work was recognizing the 6-month candle and where the price needed to go. We've done that. We've waited for the push up, the fake move up, to entice everybody to go long, and then the whoop, sell down. We've done that. We've survived that. We've we've withered the storm. Now it's the opportunity that we're going to get on the little bus, take it to the airplane, and we're going to take the luxury jetliner down to our destination. That's how you have to view it. And we can't be greedy on the little bus ride up here, because then we put ourselves in jeopardy to blow our accounts if we don't get this perfect. The whole reason behind taking this bus ride up is so we don't have to worry about a perfect entry. Please understand that, guys. Like, please, whatever you do, have a good understanding of these buy to sells or sell to buy. You know, whatever you're trading, and I know a lot of y'all aren't trading GN, which is cool. You got GA, and I said I wasn't even doing, you know, mine. It's all the same, guys. Like, this is
Question before you go on.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm a little confused. Because my issue is like I'm doing my analysis or trying to go along with what you're saying now, and then I'm missing everything because I'm at work. So how do I stay in the trade or put alerts or things like that?
Listen, which trade are you talking about, Fo?
The one you're talking about now. Like, I didn't even get in GA at all last week because you're like, it's going to sell. And then I'm like looking at it and it was buying.
Well, kudos to you. Kudos to you. Because sometimes, and that's what I was talking about. I don't know if you understood or not, but when we make our analysis, your analysis is what you expect from the market. If the market goes sideways and it does not follow your analysis, your responsibility is to not press that damn button. The worst thing you can do is press the button when the market does something different, because then you're lost in the sauce. So let me break this down for you, folks. You've been trading for 2 weeks. So all I'm saying here, and this is based on theory. I know have you finished watching the ICT series?
No.
Well, you're going to continue to be an accountant until you decide that you want better. And, you know, it's not a knock. It's how it works. I get it. You know, you have a lot on your plate, but at some point you have to muster up the time. Like, you got to make some sacrifices and finish that series. It's super important for your understanding. So let me just I know you weren't here. On this analysis, all we did was we see this big 6-month candle. We did this back at the end of June. We put a fib on this candle. We had our markings. This was the golden zone. This is the 78. I delete my fib. I wait. The market takes off and it pushed straight up, right? It pushed straight up. If you look at the 1st of July, I'm going to go back to the weeks. This is July 17th, July 23rd. Okay, so this is July right here. It pushes up, it pulls down, then it pushes straight up. Everybody probably forgot about the trade, right? They took their eyes off the trade or whatever. Now the market starts pushing down, and at some point you're going to see on the 2-week chart, it gives you the bearish order block. Then the bottom falls out that joker, right? We expected a push up and it go down. The market just kept falling. There's nothing you can do. You just can't hit the buy button. You know what I'm saying? If you expect a push up, but the market just keeps falling down, then all you can do is sell the market. And I'm on a 12-hour. I need to be on a 4-hour. But all you can do is pick one of these spots to sell the market from whenever it comes up to your moving averages. And now we're at the end of the month. We didn't get the push up at that 2-week candle. Now we should get the push up. And if you noticed, if you look at this 2-week candle, this zone is if I fib this candle, this is probably the same zone. Same
Yeah,
zone.
it's close.
Same zone. You know, it's a little bit bigger on the monthly, but it starts in the same spot. So now you have an appreciation with it. Damn, that's why it didn't go. It didn't go up here in the 2 weeks because it had to turn around and come up here anyway next week. So now, because you get this monthly candle, we fib it. Here's the zone of the month, and that's the 78 for the monthly pullback. And we expect price to push into our zone before it sells off. You understand that, folks?
Yeah, I understand that part. I'm trying to understand when to get out when it starts to turn around. Because,
Up
like I
here?
said, if I'm at work and I'm on the buy, but then it starts to sell, it's like, okay, when do I know to close
Okay,
it?
so folks, let me so
Because I'm gonna be putting the stop losses. I know I'm horrible, but
so listen. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're at work or not, because what you have to understand is that these are 4 hour candles. These are 4 hour candles. Look how many 4 hour candles happen at the same zone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You still at work? 12. I can't do the math on 12 times 4. That's like 60 hours. Are you at work for 60 hours straight? Huh?
it feel like it.
Well, hey, I get,
Nah,
but you
see,
have,
you got to call it what it is. You have to call it what it is. You know
that
what it is.
yeah, use that excuse. And I know you're new, but what I'm saying is don't have fear that you have to have a perfect exit. The reason why you get into the trade for the buy here is because you work, because you have a kid, because you have responsibility, because you might be at the grocery store, you might, whatever. You have a life. So let's remember, you're going to see this trade because you look at it every day anyway. You're going to see this. I told you, you're not taking profit, right? It's going to be way up here. You're not going to take profit with, oh man, I'm rich. No, you're waiting for this push down, then this push back up. Then you can take your profit when this stops. So this one might come up here and it might do this. Right? You don't have to take profit right here, right here. It doesn't matter. Anywhere up in here that you take your profit will be fine, right? You just have to make sure that we're going down and we're not going to break this initial push. How do you do that? You do that by understanding chalk, right? When this breaks this low, this might be a daily low. This might be a weekly high. This might be a weekly high. This might be a daily low. And price pushes down and breaks this daily low. Now all we're waiting for price to come back up in here to this imbalance and sell off, right? That's how you get your head and shoulders.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank
And
you.
before it slips my mind, for people that are very busy, right? And I have a lot of time to do this stuff. And I figured out, finding your swing highs and swing lows for the day, more than likely the day. The people are like, what do I do? What do I do? I want to do this, but I got to do this, right? Well, okay, that means daily. All right, so you block in your daily high and your daily low and your daily mid. That's where your alert should always be. And once it gets set, you have to go in there and reset it, right? You want to know whether it hits your high of the day or the low of the day. And then you take that with you because now you have your finger on it. But as soon as you let your finger off and you don't go reset that alert, you have now let your finger off. So if you say that you want to follow it like you're supposed to, then whenever that alert gets initiated, it disappears. You have to reset it. That's doing your daily audits.
Hey, Todd, if I may ask her a question, I'm just curious because I'm accountant too, and I know how our days get crazy. Do you have a way at work where you can have your alert set, where you can check your trade often, or you don't have access at
Well, I
all?
don't even know how to set up the alert. That's why I'm confused.
Okay, because
Yeah,
if you set your alerts, yeah, that will help. Because I have alerts set, and like OG said, I have alerts set everywhere. I have alerts set to the moving averages. I have alerts set at the highs, the
And
lows.
Oh,
Yeah.
have you looked at YouTube for a trading view tutorial?
No.
I know. Just do that. Just listen.
But can
YouTube
you just
will
show her real quick?
Okay.
I mean, it takes 2 seconds. That's all I'm saying, brother.
So,
That's it.
so it depends on where you want. Like, you see how I have this box here? This is my golden zone. I don't know where you like. If you want to set an alert here, I can't do it in the box. I can go over here next to the box. I can right click, add alert. I can name the alert whatever. I can say price hit golden zone, right? I can do another one up here that says price leaving the golden zone, or price hit 62. You can only have a certain amount of alerts, and I don't know what that amount is, but depending on the level of your account, you can only have a certain amount. I have the pro account. I think I can have like 5. I think, I don't know.
I think it's like 20. But if you go on the alerts, you can also set them up so you receive them either like on your email or on your phone. And you have to go to the TradingView app on your phone to set your notifications up as well. So your alerts come up on your phone. Otherwise, they won't come up.
Yeah, and I'm not the person to talk to about that, folks, because I'm not the tech savvy people. But
They'll come up on your phone if you do it on TradingView as well. Like you can, if
So-
you do whatever you do on your TradingView, it will go to your phone.
But you have
Okay.
to set that, yeah. So you have to
yeah,
go on
where do you set it up to go to?
notifications. Go on notifications.
Okay.
But she has
And
to
then-
have an app for it.
Yeah, you have to have the
I'm
app.
sure you have the app, right, folks?
Yeah.
On your phone.
Yeah.
So look, this is, you got to go to notifications and send email, play sound, send SMS,
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
then hit save.
I
And
mean,
get
trading.
the loudest, rudest, crazy alert that'll not
Yeah.
get that one. Because they got some awful ones out there. Mine is awful and it wakes me up out my sleep. So yeah. But I would still go watch a video on I have
Trading.
ADHD, so long videos are hard, but there's some real short ones that help you with the alerts and stuff. But it's 50 million people in here that will help you too whenever you need help.
Thank you.
Yeah, trading without alerts is not advised. Trading without trading view, period, is not advised. You gotta have it.
Okay, did I answer your question, folks?
Yes.
So Todd, can I say something really quick before you move on? I just want to say, first of all, congratulations to everybody winning this week. I'm loving it, and it's exciting to hear. And one day we're all going to have this testimony. GM for me was a challenge this week because there were so many setups that I saw that I thought was going to buy. Or I'm like, okay, we're getting ready to buy, because I had my brain set to that retracement. And once again, I feel like I'm saying the same thing every week, is that I was so set on that buy, and then I put in a buy, I put in a sell, and I just kept doing it. And it could just be me, and these are my issues that I have to deal with, but I just truly thought that at some point it was going to go back and hit that retracement, and it never got close. It never got close.
Selena, you're gonna be right next week. I promise you're gonna be right this week. So listen,
But I'm just saying, like,
it's not just your issue.
I know, but I don't mind sharing, because I feel like I can read my charts very well. I can mark up a chart really, really well. It's just something, the disconnect between me and the execution, you know what I'm saying, of the trade. Because I even mark up the moving averages, and Felicia got me doing this. I would mark up the moving averages from the weekly, the daily, and the 4-hour. But now I do it on the 2-month, the month. So I can see where the moving averages are and where price is. And this week I noticed how well price touched those moving averages on the different time frames. And I always know they're going to do it, but I felt like that the buy this week just completely messed me up. And then when we talked Thursday and we had that final drop, I was able to break even. but I should have made a lot of money this week.
But I was
But
when
it's
I
just,
text you and asked you if you were selling.
yes, because
You
I had
know,
been in
I
a
wasn't.
hedge
I'm like,
most
what
of
are
the
you
week.
talking about?
That's because I was looking at that 1 hour. We had talked about a 1 hour bullish order block, and I was like, okay, this is the time for it to buy. So I'm like, all right, I had went in on my buy, and then it goes back to what you said earlier about when this started buying Sunday night. It bought up for 53 pips. I could have had those 53 bips, not took the profit on it, but I usually don't get in on Sunday unless I see something, a strong, a signal. So if I would have left that buy in and took that buy and then let it rail down, like you said, if I lost that profit on that buy, I still would have been fine. But GN just messed me up this week. And I always look at my moving averages. Moving average is something that keeps me out of trouble. But I didn't. I just messed this up this week because, like you said, like Pipette, she probably, this right here, she probably would have with that $8, that $100. I mean, that's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. But I just was curious if anybody else, was having that issue when you saw these bullish order blocks. And something
I
else
had
I
the
noticed
same
that
problem. I had the same
okay,
problem. I saw those bullish order blocks on the 1 hour,
yep,
and that actually made me enter into the trade. But I think I saw like a swing or something to the left on the daily, maybe. And that was what made me get out of the trade because I felt like it was probably going to break out to the downside, catch that swing on the daily, and then go back up. So I just didn't trade at all. I just said I would wait till this week and get in on the pullback.
very smart, girl. You should have
Yeah, that's
called
how
me.
you control. But
What,
Selena, can I ask you a question?
what did, oh, go ahead, Todd, go ahead.
Well, I mean, and I can ask. You can verify. Selena, did you
You
get on
probably
this
gonna
call?
ask the same question I'm gonna ask.
Did you get on this call a couple of weeks ago and say you wasn't going to be down in those lower time frames, lower than the 4 hour?
Yes, and I don't. I go to the 1 hour. I don't go any further than now. I do go to the
You
15
told me you
minute.
wasn't going below the 4 hour.
But listen, let me finish, sir. To mark up imbalances, I do go to my lower time frames to mark up the imbalances, but I don't enter a trade off of a lower time, nothing lower than the 1 hour. But we had that bullish order block. I think it was Thursday morning, early in the day, Thursday. We had a 1 hour bullish order block. And then it was like, all right, this is the point where in the moving averages, I think we're in the right place on the 1 hour. And we're like, okay, this is it. It's going to buy up. And to the imbalance. And I think we also had a daily bearish order block that day. And I was like, okay, price is going to buy, tap into that bearish order block, and then sell. But,
But how'd you feel
that was the
about the
daily
news?
bullish. Um,
Because that was the day of the news, right?
I don't think I even looked at the news this week, OG. I don't think there
But
was news for GBP that I thought would affect
they didn't raise the
this
interest
trade.
rates.
But that was last week. That was last Wednesday, not this week, right? Yeah, that was last week.
That was last
It
week?
was Wednesday before, yeah. Because I always I try not to take trades with news, period.
Right.
But it was GBP wasn't this week, it was the previous week because we talked about it last week
Right,
on the
okay,
call
okay,
because it had that drop.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the sentiment of them not raising the interest rates, like it did with the dollar, would still carry on.
Yeah, it totally kicked in.
It will still
True,
carry on.
and we talked about that last week on the call. But on the call, we also talked about GN buying back up to the imbalance price action. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We knew that
Yeah.
the news from the previous week was affected, and it did, and it dropped like it was supposed to with the news. Okay,
Yeah,
you
so
guys-
now
you guys-
Todd told me that it was. He said, "Oh, I'm just looking for a buy," and I put my buy position in on the chart, and I said, "Let me see." I put the buy position in, and if it doesn't buy, if it doesn't go, then it's selling.
but it started off buying. It bought up 55 pips, so I thought it was going to continue to, do its thing. But it didn't.
I came back.
But I
to the
have
chart.
noticed.
Off
I
like,
have
nah,
noticed one thing on GN though, and Prince. Prince was talking about this too. I don't think he's on the call, but when he fibbed his order block or something like that, when it goes to the 618, the negative 618 and the 27, that's usually where he takes his profit on these type of the pairs that move, you know, like GN moves, and GN gonna give you a lot of pips even if you don't, you know, hold it forever. And I noticed on some of the order blocks this week, it would hit that -27 or that -618, and then it'll retrace and it'll do something different. I think GN is a great pair. I think, you know, this pair can change your life. It's just about managing or knowing when to execute. But I'm rambling, so thank you.
And I like
I
Well, I
the
agree.
want to, but wait, you guys remember when they raised the interest rates, we were looking for GBP to go bullish and it didn't. It was delayed. It fell first and then it spiked. That's when GU got to 130, something like that. But and then they, because when we're putting our finger on what interest rates do, I think on my research, it gives it a push up first, and then it comes in, I call it paying the piper. And now they don't raise the interest rate. So the first time they raised the interest rates, we got a push and it fell. It did everything it was supposed to do. And now they don't raise the interest rates, which adds to what happened previously. It's already in its drop, and now it's getting something to add to its momentum. It's probably going to drop pretty heavy. So, I mean, health wise, it should do the pullback. This is the time to do it, because as far as this thing is going to drop, it might as well get the orders collected now.
Yeah, you're right.
But also, we've had this happen before when they have raised interest. I'm sorry, my wife. Where they have raised interest rates and when they haven't raised interest rates, what the market has done. These patterns we have recorded on these videos, these Zoom calls. I've got them recorded in my notes, but
Well, I would stretch to say that this is the highest position you've had since you guys been doing Zoom calls. This is resistance. So best case scenario for the people is that this goes right back up there and gives you a double top. I don't think it's going to do that, but that would be the best bet. You want to sell it at its highest point. But other than that, we're looking at the normal health of it in the 78, hopefully. And because this has been totally bullish for basically the whole year. So now we're coming back down the backside of the mountain. That's what it looks like.
Right.
And that's so important, OG, that you bring that up, because whenever this turns around, well, it did turn around. Let me go back to the weekly. Remember, if this starts buying up, right, or even if it sells first before it starts buying up, you guys need to run your fib from this top to wherever the bottom wick is. If this is the bottom wick, that's cool. If it gives us a new low, that's cool too. But to me, once you run this fib, you better understand, you have a better understanding of, hey, this is the zone up here. I know I have my entry at the bottom of the zone, but if I'm taking a trade, I rarely ever enter before it hits the 62. So I fully expect, right, if this trade doesn't go any lower, like if this doesn't push down lower before it goes up, I expect for the turnaround point to be somewhere around this order block. So even though I don't have my tool set here and I have my entry set here, I have this entry is based on the 62 of that monthly order block. So I am going to enter for a sell, you know, in a smaller position, and I call it walking into the trade. This will be my first entry. I'm going to take my position and break it up into quarters, right? I'm going to have 4 different entries. My first one will be at this 62 of that monthly bearish order block candle. Are y'all tracking? This monthly bearish order block. My first entry will be at the 62. My entry for the sale, regardless of if this buys up higher than that. If it does, it's great, because it'll give me my second and third entry will be above my first entry. But I believe that the first order of business is to have a position in the sale. So if I just wait until, hey man, price might come up here and it never makes it up there and it starts pushing down without me, then I got to get in on a rebound. And maybe I could have had a better position right here. So I don't know
Hey,
how.
Todd,
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. Can you go ahead? I wanted you to go back to the time frame that you're on, but finish your thought. I'm sorry.
What I was saying is it doesn't matter how you decide to do it as a trader. The important thing is you have to make a decision as a trader. You have to manage how you want to approach getting into a trade. So it's all the more important reason why you would have positions on this buy up.
And
Right?
for this one on this time frame, I think if you scroll to the left a little bit, there is a bullish order block. So for me, when I marked up my chart last night, I fibbed that up move to see how far down it could continue to sell before it buy up. Like, is that close to the 78?
From the
You
bottom of
know,
this.
yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean, so this is right in the zone, but you also have this imbalance closure right here.
Right. So I feel that from that low to that high,
But
from where the order block is.
from this low to that high.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I
Just
agree. But
okay.
here's my point. If you were going back to that ICT 2022 mentorship video number 3. Everybody know which video I'm talking about. Do you know, Selena?
Yes, I know what video you're talking about.
Price pushes away, leaves an imbalance. Price pulls back into the imbalance. This is where we're looking to get long in this imbalance. He would tell you to set your trade up. He would tell you to take the trade here. He would tell you to protect the low. So however you want to decide to get involved in this trade, it's not wrong. Like the trade triggered already, right? It went into your imbalance, it triggered. Maybe we'll get a deeper push, which I believe we will. I believe we'll go down first before we go up. But the key is to make sure you get involved on the buy up, because the big move is to sell down. If you don't get involved on the buy up, you screw yourself for the sell down, like, because you're not going to be able to take advantage of it the same way that people who are involved in the buy up will be able to take advantage of it. I don't know what that looks like as far as your lot size, where you put in your stop loss. The textbook definition is this is the low that you're going to protect. This is your swing low on this weekly. This is your entry. Get in the trade, protect your low. It should get to your take profit, which in this case would be higher, right? Probably around the 78, which will give you a 1-to-1, which is not the best risk reward. But we're expecting price to turn around and sell, right? But this 78 is right in the middle of the 62 and 78 of the fib of this down move and back up. So to me, the confluences are many. It's a great many. And here's the deal. Once this price pushes, it's going to pull back to let you in. It's going to push up and it's going to pull back. So on that pullback, you'll have a new swing low based on a lower time frame. And then you don't have to have this big A stop loss. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, I'm not going to have that big A stop loss anyway. But I mean, you see the imbalance too, right? And my argument against this is we're going to sell anyway. We're going to close this imbalance anyway on the sell down. So it doesn't have to push down here and close the imbalance before it buys up. It can, but it doesn't have to. And also, if you want to look at when do these monthly trades normally play out?
What do you mean by that?
How long does it take?
I guess I'm not understanding what you're saying. Like it can play out. It could take a long time. It could take
A long time.
months. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, we've got
Let me
3
rephrase
months
the
left.
question. Let me
We've
rephrase
got
it.
3 months left.
When does this
Great
monthly pullback?
question.
When do we normally get this monthly pullback?
The first 2 weeks
I agree.
of the month.
And it's probably, you know, in the 80 percentile is the first week. But yeah, the first 2 weeks of the month is when you're going to normally get that pullback. So,
Oh, NFP.
well, yeah, I mean, NFP will push it. It will push it. But we have to understand that this isn't going to wait. This buy up isn't going to wait until the third week of the month to buy up.
Tracking. Okay. I didn't understand. Okay. I'm tracking. I understand what you're saying.
And developing what we're developing as rapport, going through this together, and then remembering the conversations. We get to look back on these times, like with the 6-month candle, and find the advantages, no matter which way it's going. We can see it, and we're documenting it. So just keep following it.
One thing about GN,
Indeed.
those like the daily close prices when you're holding.
Yeah, they're astronomical. We love it.
Yeah, that's a good point, TT. So if anybody's in a proper count, you got to make sure because that
2
it's
entries
horrible.
can kill you if
Yeah,
you do too much.
absolutely.
Well, GA is also doing the same. I just did these 2 examples. There are multiple trade setups. Like the dollar is set up too. I mean, most of those dollar pairs have beautiful setups.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. So what I said is I'm going to stop doing your analysis. I want other people to do the analysis. You're not getting anything out of it when I do it because all the markings are on my chart. Then the week starts and you lost. So I said I was going to stop doing the analysis and I just asked other people to do it. Like I really didn't plan on talking about this for like an hour and a half.
It's just crazy though, you know, we appreciate it because it's just crazy when you look at especially pairs that move like this. GN and GA are moving almost identical right now. So it's crazy that how these pairs move and how you have to, you know, pay attention and definitely have your alert set. But these are the type of pairs that can change your life.
And you can
For
depend
sure.
on the person to your left and to your right. When you're both following it, you know, I don't really personally know anyone here, but I do trust when I hear certain people say certain things because I know what they see. But if you can trust your person to your left and to your right, they're already following the numbers, they're calling out the numbers, you have your alerts set, and you can kind of trust the people. I like it when people talk. That's why I say, like, it's good people do analysis because now I could just look at my phone and then somebody's doing such and such. Okay, they're saying gold is at such and such quarter level. Oh, okay. My alerts are going off. Okay, everything's adding up. We need each other for that, right?
No, it
In
makes
my
it
in my perfect world, I want 20 people from this group trading side by side. And it's gonna happen because once you see it, you can't unsee it. I can tell who sees it and who don't see it. And we're gonna invest in that. I believe in investing in that. So we'll see.
for real. Shout out to Pipette.
Hey,
Yes,
Summer,
most definitely.
Marv,
Yep.
Kezzy.
Neely, Alicia. Like, man, shout out, man. Shout out. Because it takes a village because we can't see everything. We're not trading every one of these pairs. It's all of y'all that's doing the pair and then shouting out your setup or posting your setup. I mean, man, it's easy to eat when you can just look at your phone and be like, yep, I see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, go do your gold markup, go do your, man, that's another thing I wanted to bring up, gold.
If way go, baby. What? We
Gold.
doing what?
Gold will show it out, y'all. And y'all see how I have this chart marked up, right? I'm not trying to tell y'all to do what I do. But this is the power of having I know it's all messy right now. This gold chart is messy, but that gold chart started off the same way that the other one started off. You see where it says my target? This was weeks ago that I had this here. This red line was my 50% mark. As a matter of fact, is Pipette on the call?
Yeah, she is.
I'm here.
Hey, Pipette, was that you that said it was going to 1860? And I said I said it was going to 1850.
Yeah, I said it.
Yeah, so 1860 was the top of of this zone, but I knew according to this markup that we'd hit the 50%. So I caught gold from 1870 or 71-ish down to to 1850 on the same or a similar trade setup as you and Neely. So I think it's super important that everybody is like, I guess, locked in, because if you're posting your analysis or you're calling the trades out, they're going to line up with somebody else's in the group, and it just confluence that stuff is going, that's going right. Now, I think we need to go up a little bit, but eventually gold is going to come down to this area.
Hey,
Yep, I think so.
1725.
Yep.
On the money.
You got an imbalance, all this imbalance down here. It might hit 1700 just to close the imbalance.
Let's do it.
Yeah, so everybody, oil has an opportunity. Now, oil doesn't move as cleanly as gold does. But again, another area that I had a long time ago. Price came right in there, wicked, and now it's pushing down. If you look, gold left that huge imbalance. It wicked now. Gold is probably going to push down to close this imbalance. It never came to this zone. Now, all of a sudden, we have we have oil wicking out. So maybe it gives us a double top up here before it turns and start pushing down. But once once oil gives me a chalk, then it pulls back. I want to get active, and I'm going to try to take oil back down to this area. And I don't know when that'll be, but it's all unfolding. We're watching this hand in hand. I've never traded oil like this.
Yeah.
I'm about to start. I'm gonna start making it do what it do.
It's too easy.
Yeah.
We used to be afraid of these things. No, it's the same thing.
I fully expect oil to come back up right up in here somewhere. And if it does, I'm getting active right in here. $93. Anybody got
Head it out. Okay, don't get into no trouble now. Where y'all going?
TT, we don't want to hear where they going. It might not be appropriate. Does anybody have any questions? Is anybody trading anything different? So y'all aren't. Everybody's trading the same stuff.
I've been looking at GCAD too.
Me too.
I forgot all
Okay.
about GCAD. I didn't even look at it this week.
Oh,
Man, let me see if it even followed. I know Rosebud is on her UCAD, on her UCAD. Man, God dog it, man.
right.
God, oh,
I did get that one.
look at that.
His box way up there. You left that thing.
Man, that thing got out of Dodge, man.
I want to see it pull back. However,
Man,
look
that
on
thing
the,
it didn't even pull back. Wow.
yes, it made a real wick
But
on the.
yeah, it's coming up here. It's gonna pull back this week. It's gonna pull back. It has to pull back. But this is the area that I had. Let me see GCAD, man. Ooh, look at that. Look at that candle, man. Look at the power in that candle. Oh my God. Man, yeah, this is going to be I don't like the 6 month setup, but I think that this is going to just go bearish.
Yeah,
We
that's
know
how
it
it
is.
starts.
Yeah,
That's what we've been waiting on.
yeah, so we know that oil is behind the Canadian dollar, right? And we know that the oil is strong, and we know that the British pound screwed up. So we can expect for this to start melting. They should have raised them interest rates, man. You got to talk to your prince or your king over there, Leandra.
I know we're in talks right now, but it's hard.
He's messing up the church's money. God dog, tell him we let him be king, but he can't be messing up the church's money, man. Y'all's parliament has had so many gaffes this year. They got fired. Who was that got fired? They was in office for 2 days and got fired.
It wasn't 2 days. It was 40 days.
Or was it? It seemed like it was 2 days.
40 days.
Was it a girl?
Yeah, Liz Truss.
Oh my gosh, that's embarrassing.
She's got it on the CV.
But Ebony was looking at EC, EuroCAD, that one looking nice too.
Yeah, it's the same. Like those correlate.
Yes.
So we know that this price here's the golden zone, here's the 78. I already had this area marked up. So I mean that's a lot of pips. Yeah, you can't trade everything. We know that. But yeah, I had my finger on the trigger. I think this is gonna be a great sale coming up. But because once they didn't raise the interest rates, I knew that this was gonna melt. But look at all the imbalance.
Mm-hmm.
In the same way that we talked about the other trade, I can take a fib top to bottom, and this is the 78, which makes sense because there's an imbalance right here. So this price could buy all the way up to close this imbalance, turn around and sell.
That looks beautiful.
Yeah,
actually.
if you don't like GN and EN and I mean, GA and EA, maybe you want to take GCAD or EuroCAD and trade it.
I like this GCAD. Look good. Beautiful break.
Mark it up and take it.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, when this pulls back to your 78, look at your targets down here. Negative 27, 618, imbalance. Perfect.
That's just textbook right there.
Mm-hmm. But y'all don't want no money, man. Y'all don't want this money, man. I've been trying to get y'all to this money for for 2 years.
At least with GCAT, you can hold without trying to lose an arm and a leg.
I would argue you can take $100 and run it up with one of these trades just by holding it.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I'm doing that with GCAT.
Yes.
That's Chunky's chicken soup right here. And I still got like, I'm still mad. So I need, that's like my little revenge. Get back, back trade.
All right, that's the last one I'm looking at on my charts. So listen, the opportunities that we have here are endless, and the reasoning behind them, I think, are very solid. Whatever you're trading, right? However you're doing your analysis, mark your charts, set your alerts. If it does not go with your analysis, you don't have to take the trade. I would mark up three low-hanging fruit pair, and go with the one that hits your alert, right? And go with the one that follows your analysis. Whether it gives you the most pips or not is really immaterial, because you're picking the ideal three. It might be gold, GN, and GU. Whichever one hits first and it hits your alert, you're in that trade. You don't need to trade every one of them if they all hit your alert. You just need one good trade. Man, ain't that the title of a book? One good trade.
You made it up. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah, no, that's the title of a book. I'm reading it now. Really good book.
Yeah. that's the truth. You just need one, because
One good trade.
you can stack your entries in that bad boy and roll out, or you can get in it, wait for it to impulse move and pull back and get a second position, and let it impulse again and pull back and get a third position. You know, I mean, these are long range trades. All right, man, this is some good stuff. Anybody else got anything for the good of the group?
Look for that 78.
You ate like a mother. Post your trade ideas. Publish your trade ideas. You never know. Post, publish. Get active, stay active. It's a lot. It's some dynamic growth going on, y'all. It really is, and it's just going to continue. Be the next person. Be the next person that has the breakthrough.
Get in the competition.
Oh yeah. Well, it's too late now if you haven't.
Oh, too late.
No, it's
Gotta
not.
be a little
No, it's
faster
not.
than that.
It's September 30th.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Rocket already started,
Yeah, Rocket already started.
and the one of them I couldn't even get in. The other one that I like, smart prop, I can't even get in.
What?
Well, because I guess I was too late.
Uh-oh.
Those are the only two I really like, because they're realistic.
Yeah.
The other ones you got to have.
Smart prop. You can get in. Try it again.
Well, smart prop.
Yep.
You got in.
Yep. Just while we were talking, not just now, but when this day started, that's how I know we got 17 hours.
I tried to get in it yesterday.
Try again today.
Okay.
Or reload or clear your cookies or something, but try again.
They said, Todd, you done messed up the first account.
They try to disqualify me.
Okay. They kicked me out too, so I'm like, I'm done.
Hey, I'm coming with like the 30 lots this time.
Sorry, God, how did they disqualify you off a competition?
It was at a spread, like when the market closed.
Oh, okay.
You know,
I honestly forgot about this
they
competition.
didn't do anything wrong. You know, it was totally on me. But I had intentions on getting out of the position, honestly. And I think that was a Tuesday when I was getting on a Tuesday call. So I'm actually going to blame you. Man, this
Blame
is
who?
you, Leandra.
Who?
Leandra.
Yeah, but it's not my fault you didn't have your alerts set on your phone to exit the trade.
Good it is, because I don't remember unless I'm reminded.
Todd,
You didn't remind
don't
me.
be blaming me. Oh, actually, we're still recording. No, we're not. Okay. Anyway,
Hey, Leandra, is your mom around?
she's right here. She heard the whole thing.
Hello, Miss Stapleton.
She hears.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and how are we today?
I love it. I love it. I'm doing great.
You guys are sounding really good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow.
How are
Yes,
you? How are you? How are you all?
I'm doing good. How are you, Mama?
I'm very well, thank you. Yes, very busy, but I'm good.
I love to hear that. We just love your daughter.
Oh, bless. Thank you. Thank you. I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best. But you
Doing
know,
a
a
good
lot
job.
of prayer goes into it as well.
That's right.
You know, that daily putting it before the Lord. Praise the
Amen.
Lord. Yeah.
Okay, that's enough.
She said that's enough. Leandra, don't do your mother like that.
That's a point.
Pardon?
I said, don't be like that, Leandra.
No, no, my
We-
mom is hearing everything. She is saying, "Oh, yeah, she knows everything, so she can probably trade by now."
but give her the keys to your account and let her get busy.
Yeah, I
You're
want to
breaking.
stop recording.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, let me start recording.
I can cut that out and edit it out on YouTube.